Jonelle Polk McCloud is the Treasurer's Office Women's History Month Award winner for outstanding achievement in sportsmanship. Jonelle is a former Fighting Illini basketball star. When she graduated from Illinois in 1987, the 6'3" McCloud held the Illini's all-time scoring and rebounding records with 1,984 points and 833 rebounds. 3 times, the Manual High School alum led the Illini in scoring, capped by scoring 21.6 points a game as a senior. She remained Illinois' all-time scoring leader for both men and women until Deon Thomas surpassed 2,000 points during the 1993 and 94 season. Currently, she's the manager of Peoria's Proctor Recreation Center and runs her own AAU basketball program. Jonelle has worked as manager of the Proctor Recreation Center for the past 12 years, coordinating an after-school service program that services more than 50 kids every day. Her AAU basketball team program, J.E.M.S, instills more than just on-the-court skills. The program's life lessons range from education to proper nutrition and discipline. So Jonelle, thank you for joining us here today. I am joining you today from Champaign-Urbana. So I'm going to ask, what is your fondest memory of playing collegiately at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and thank you for the award. I love being at the University of Illinois. I have so many fond memories there. Probably a couple that stand out in my mind are when I actually was the top point getter. And I broke the record, and I was able to run up into the audience and give the ball to my parents. So that sticks out. But one other thing that stuck out to me was that in the 4 years that I was there, I came in with 5 people, and I was the only one that graduated, due to transfers and that kind of thing. But we had a new coach the other year, but to be able to be the last person, so we were all excited and sad. It was my last day of school, last day of playing, and so we were very emotional, and we lost the game. And so my last game we lost, and we went home and we had a party because it was the last game. But back in those days, there was no TV for NCAA. So what they did was call your coach and tell you that you made it or not. So we were all, had fun and woke up that next morning, and my coach calls and she says, "Jonelle, are you sitting down?" I'm like, "Coach, I'm laying down. I'm in the bed." And she said, "We made it to the NCAA tournament." So needless to say, we had to get up and get rushing and get to practice that day. So that's probably one of the memories that really sticks out to me.
Great. Was that last game at the Assembly Hall?
Yes.
All right. Well, you can't see it if my windows were open. About a mile directly behind me is the Assembly Hall and now the State Farm Center.
Yes, fond memories.
Now, there may be some fond memories there, but that was far from the capstone of your career. After playing professionally in Europe, you returned to Illinois and ultimately Peoria. Why did you decide to come back to your hometown?
Well, to be honest, I was trying to find a job. So I came back. I played in Europe for 3 years, and I came back home. And so I decided, what was I going to do with my life from there? And so I searched around and looked for a graduate assistant position. So I was able to be a graduate assistant coach at Northern Illinois University. From then I got a full-time job at Florida State University. And so that's kind of how it went. When I went to Florida State, we didn't win after 2 or 3 years. And the nature of the business is, if you don't win, you're not there. That's difficult to be a coach. So I got the opportunity to come back to Bradley University. So that's how I ended up. I met my husband and we moved back here to Peoria. So that's how I ended up coming back here to Illinois, Peoria.
All right. Well, now you work with a lot of kids, AAU basketball. I'm curious, this last year has upended a lot of people's lives. How has the pandemic the past year impacted the kids you work with at the Proctor Rec Center and your AAU basketball program?
It was very tough. I mean, I think that the pandemic hurt children the most, to have to be able to be inside all the time and not be able to get out. The Park District was very instrumental in providing an atmosphere for the children once they were able to get back to Proctor Center, where we had camps and we separated according to how many were in a camp, and they had to wear masks and that kind of thing. But with my AAU team, the J.E.M.S, we were able to do a competition virtually. So we challenged Marcellus Somerville challenged us with his AAU team, and we were able to earn points by running miles or doing work every day. And so all of the teams got together, and we stayed in touch by email and phone, and we had to go out on our own. But it was a way to keep the girls engaged, and because we have that competitive nature. And so to be able to compete with Marcellus's Somerville's group and then our group, we won too, just so you know.
So your team, the J.E.M.S, won?
Yes, we did. Yes.
Now, you for a time were the leading scorer for the Fighting Illini, eventually surpassed by Deon Thomas. Who do you think would win in a game of horse, you or Deon?
Well, I'm not going to back down any competition. So if if we got out there, it's funny that I actually ran into Deon. We didn't know each other because he's younger than I am, but at an AAU tournament, and was able to talk with him a little bit. We exchanged numbers, and I'm on the advisory commission for the Big Ten Conference, and we often talk. So he works with the Illinois group. I'm not sure exactly what capacity, but we were able to actually meet and conversate a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't back down. So I always played in the post, but as I got older, I moved back out so that I could shoot the three a little bit.
We all do that. Us taller people. We start around the blocks, and then it just becomes a lot safer to shoot this from outside.
Right, you don't get bumped around so much.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Any advice for girls or younger women in high school aspiring to be Division I athletes?
Yeah, other than the main things of being dedicated and working hard, but I really feel that you need to find an AAU team, because the AAU team goes on the circuit and they're being seen by college coaches, especially Division I coaches. And if you're in your high school and you're just playing in your gym, there's no way the college coach is going to be able to see you. So probably one word of advice would be to get with a team so that college coaches can watch you play and ultimately call you and recruit you.
Yep, that seems to be the way today.
Yeah.
Well, Jonelle, thank you for joining us today, for your insights and for your leadership in Illinois. It really has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.